Welcome back to Sports Corner. I'm here with the new Kelly Walsh head football coach, Aaron Makelky. And, Coach, you're already sporting the green. So how does it feel to be part of the Kelly Walsh family?
Yeah, I mean, when I walked in the school today, I didn't have much green in the wardrobe when I woke up this morning, but one of the assistant principals had kind of a goodie bag for me of all this Kelly Walsh stuff they stole or donated. I don't know where it came from, but I got more than when I woke up. So, but feel pretty supported and invited and excited for sure. So.
And I already saw you at the Kelly Walsh track meet, and you're already trying to meet the kids, meet the coaches, pointing out with A.J. Nathan, who you haven't met yet. Why do you think that's important when you're first starting in the football coach role?
Well, part of it is just so I know what the heck I'm doing. But the meaningful part is because I think one of the big things with high school kids and in football in general is get kids who want to be there and play hard for each other. They're not going to do that for somebody who doesn't know them and take the time to do that stuff. And it's too big of a job for me to do by myself. And I tell people this all the time. I think you spell love with 4 letters, but it's T-I-M-E, and it's what you give your time to. That's what you really love.
So speaking of time, what is your time going to be spent on in the time leading up to your first season?
That's a good question. We met with kids this morning and said, hey, if you have time in the morning, come in, let's talk, and kind of lay out the vision in very clear terms for them, and then give them some things they could take home and read and see all this stuff on their phones. And so we're trying to start there, and then, you know, what jobs come open, what assistant coaches can we get who want to coach with us from the last staff versus who don't want to coach with us, new guys we can bring in. That's really kind of the focus, is just start a relationship with kids and start to see who those other coaches are going to be.
But what are some of your pillars, because I know you're very relationship-oriented, to develop these new guys for this coming season?
Here's how we structure. We call it basically a culture playbook, and we say, what 2 things do we really believe in? Because we're going to take 2 things and get really, really good at these, and then we'll fix other stuff as we go. And the first one is we believe in service over self. You can't be an I-oriented guy in football and last very long. As a coach or as a player, it's got to be, what can I do to help you? And so we just kind of laid that out with kids and said, here's how we build that, and the result you get is a brotherhood, a Trojan brotherhood. We have to build everything on top of that. And then the second thing is just that standard of excellence. What do we expect from you? And it's on us to communicate that in a really clear, simple way, and then reinforce it mostly in positive ways. But also, when you cross a line you're not supposed to cross, you've got to know that from us, or it's not fair to get frustrated with a kid. And what you get from that is, you know, the new Trojan standard.
What makes you excited to take on this new big-time job? Because, like you said, you never thought of yourself as a small-time guy, even when you were at Big Piney.
Yeah, well, you know, number one is it's better for my family. That excites me more than anything with a job title. More than anything with pay. I didn't even look at what that was. I should probably look that a little closer before I sign anything, but, you know, what the heck. It's better for my family, so I'm going to do it. That's number one. And here's what I told kids. I said, you got to wonder, why am I coming here? What are my motives? Is it a promotion? Is it my ego is going to get bigger? Is it the 4A versus 2A thing? And I said, that's not it at all. For me personally, so beyond the family stuff, it's a challenge. And anybody who knows me knows I'm a sucker for a challenge. Give me something and say, no one could ever do that. I'm going to do it.
You were talking about how you embrace challenges. When we talked on the phone the first time for half an hour, you were talking about the Natrona County football program and how this job might be the most challenging in Casper in the sports world. So I know you don't want to compare Kelly Walsh to NC, but how do you view that crosstown rivalry already?
You know, I got to think about what's going to get me in hot water already with the district policy guys and with the parents. I mean, I'm not going to say their name, but the black and orange guys are, and they're very good at that. If you have that right next to you, it's going to make you or break you. And I look at it as it's going to make us. The opportunity for kids, it's kind of like me. If you're a sucker for a challenge, Kelly Walsh is the place to be. And I'm not saying that to parents to make decisions. I'm just saying that's how I look at it as a coach, is to start something new and awesome. You only get that in one place, you know. And honestly, there's so many bigger things we have to do than worry about a trophy and worry about those guys, because they're on a different level. I guarantee they're not sitting around watching and going, what do we got to do? What are we worried about with Kelly Walsh? They don't care. That's how you're good, and I know Coach Harshman enough to know this. He's a lot more worried about his kids and his program than ours, than anybody else's. So that's something that we'd say, we got to be worried about ourselves and what we need to do first. And there'll be a time to compete with them on a football field, but it's not April.
Well, congratulations, Coach, on the new job. We're happy to have you in Casper, and best of luck in the offseason.
Yeah, thank you, Carmine. I appreciate it.
You got it. Aaron Makelky, the new Kelly Walsh football coach, and we'll be right back with some more Sports Corner in just a moment.